Not bad.
Could you help me?
I'm afraid I don't know about it.
Are you able to help me?
We cry for help, you do nothing. So when you ask for help, why should we speak?
Are you able to help me?
I am sorry to disappoint you, but I don't know about that.
Are you able to help me?
I am sorry to disappoint you, but I don't know about that.
Excuse me, just one question.
I am sorry to disappoint. You, but I don't know about that.
Can I ask you a question?
Eh? Of course I know. To cut a long story short.
كيف حالك؟
May I ask for your assistance?
I wish I could help you, mister, but I can't.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
I'd help you if I knew.
مرحبا.
What's up?
May I ask for your assistance?
No, I have nothing to say about that.
May I ask for your assistance?
You know nothing of life. Deal with it by yourself.
I am. Bored.
Are you able to help me?
Answer.
I can't tell you because I don't know.
May I ask for your assistance?
Oh, I'm sorry, but I don't know anything.
Excuse me, just one question.
Ask me something easier.
Oh, I am bored.
Can you satisfy my
Find the
curiosity?
answer.
Hey, you're a lucky man. I know about this.
Can I ask you a question?
What makes you think I can be of help to you?
Excuse me, just one question.
I like you, friend, but I can't help you.
This isn't working. You might need a different tack.
Are you able to help me?
You have a job, so why don't you go back to it instead of bothering me?
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
I would like to help a companion in misfortune, but I know nothing about this.
This isn't working. You might need a different tack.
Do you know anything about this?
I don't want to talk to you. You are scary.
Are you able to help me?
I'll report you to the police if you try to touch me.
I am.
Excuse me, just one question.
Call me when you find
No,
the answer.
I have nothing to say about that.
Help me, please.
I'm afraid I can't answer that. I know nothing about it.
This isn't working. You might need a different tack.
Can I ask you a question?
That's a good question, friend. But like all good questions, I don't have an answer.
May I ask you something?
No, I have nothing to say about that.
This isn't working. You might need a different tack. Not bad.
This coin depicts Hompesh, the last Grand Master of the Order to govern in Malta. I believe this coin was minted during the French occupation. 30 Tari. This coin was once stolen from Father. Many years later, Mycroft found it in a private collection and persuaded the owner to return it. Could you help me?
Ah, mate, I have to disappoint you. I know nothing.
Could you help me?
I don't know about that, but people here should know more.
Oh, I am bored. Call me when you
Are
find the
you
answer.
able to help me?
I cannot. Sorry.
Antonio Manuel de Vilhena, the Grand Master of Malta, one of the first to mint his own coin. They were rather short-lived, unfortunately. 12 zucchini, first ever minted. This was part of Father's original collection. He won it at an auction in Barcelona the same year I was born.
You'll never find such magnificent paintings anywhere else. Just take a look. My goods will brighten up your house. Enjoy your purchase. Tired of your garden view? Visit my shop and refresh it. My goods will brighten up your house. Enjoy your purchase.
A British grain to replace the habit on Malta. Mother had a relative in the Maltese government who gave this unique coin as a wedding gift. One of a kind, made as a proposal to the British Secretary of State. This design was rejected, and all successive copper coins had a seated figure of Britannia.
Great to see you.
Hey.
It bears a tura, a unique calligraphic seal of a sultan. Mycroft received this coin as a gift from a prominent Turkish family in Cordona for some favour. An akçe, called asper by the British, one of the first Ottoman silver coins dating back to the 15th century. They minted them in Serbian despotate.
Hello.
All right, no sign of a hint. The vase was broken recently, though. Perhaps the vandal left some tracks. Looks like our little vandal is a dog. Let's see where he went.
The best antique. My goods will brighten up your house. Enjoy your purchase.
This coin was gifted to me by Mycroft. He told me that he won it in a game of cards, but I can hardly see Mycroft playing, well, anything. Kurush, or piaster. A large silver coin, now replaced by the gold lira. Suleiman II minted them, part of his attempt to revive the failing economy. One wealthy collector wanted this coin so badly that he dared to intrude upon my father's funeral to convince Mother to sell it. Mycroft showed him the door. A Zecchino of the Republic of Venice. This one dates back to Marino Faliero, who was executed for attempting a coup. Big ambition, poor organization.
Nice affordable clothes.
Step right up.
Merhaba. It's a good day for a purchase. May your purchase bring you joy.
All fresh issues are sold out.
Selam.
Mycroft returned with this coin from Venice. It was a long trip, but I don't remember any stories. Mycroft never talked much about any of his trips. An ancient silver grosso. It was first introduced under Doge Enrico Dandolo and quickly became a dominant coin of Mediterranean commerce. Huh, rarity. I don't remember how this coin got into the collection. It must have been a late addition by Mycroft. A yellow boy or guinea. This coin was minted from the gold mined on the Guinea coast of Africa. It's considered a more gentlemanly currency than the pound. Mother's shrewd deduction revealed an archaeological El Dorado back in England. This coin was just a part of what she and my father dug up. A real English double florin. This one is from the 14th century. I think they discovered 2 of them in the River Tyne. No others are known to exist.
Hello.
Nice to see you.
So,
I'm coming
this
for you.
warehouse is not as abandoned as it was. I should have expected as much. No more crime for you until next month. Don't cry, you'll live.
We can overcome the brute now.
Don't.
The snuff's ready.
Don't cry, you'll live.
Give him the...
I couldn't miss the party.
Take a rest, my friend. Don't cry, you'll live.
Time to knock this guy out.
Too simple.
The snuff's ready.
Dodge this!
He's all yours now. Go for it.
Too simple. Right, now, back to the coin. The governor gifted this coin to Mycroft for his invaluable help. My brother added it to my collection, but the sight of it always made him frown. Caledonian Mangear, one of the last to be minted from local silver.
We've got them all, Sherry. Let's get back to the manor. I know just the room for our coins.
I hope you're not suggesting my room.
Refresh your interior. Sorry, I've nothing to offer you at present.
May I ask you something?
Why should I care about your troubles when you don't care about mine?
Excuse me, just one question.
I like you, friend, but I can't help you.
Everyone's looking at us, Sherry. You sure you know what you're doing?
May I ask you something?
Don't you have more important things to attend to?
Could you help me?
No, sir. I don't know anything about that.
Time to check your who, what and what, Sherry. Who are you asking, about what and dressed as what?
Excuse me, just one question.
Nothing I can tell you, sir, but others might know more.
Are you able to help me?
I don't think I'm rich enough to talk to you, sir.
Time to check your who, what and what, Sherry. Who are you asking, about what and dressed as what?
May I ask you something?
There is no amount of money that would make me talk.
Are you able to help me?
Do you know, I'd rather bite a snake than talk to you.
I'm having deja vu. This house seems so familiar.
Greetings. Would you be here about my violin by any chance?
I am. I saw from your posters that it was stolen. The name is Sherlock Holmes.
Very pleased to meet you, Mr. Holmes. I'm Anthony Jones. But by the sounds of it, you haven't seen my instrument, alas. But if there's anything you can do to help locate it, I'd be most glad.
Just tell me exactly what happened. How was your violin stolen?
Some needy soul broke into my home while I was out. The only thing of value they took was the instrument.
Did you report the theft to the police?
I did, but they dismissed it as petty theft. Don't get me wrong, I don't blame them. They certainly have more important matters to deal with.
It would be another crime if I let some petty thief get away with your beloved violin. Let me help you find it.
Oh, thank you very much. I cannot tell you how grateful I am. Oh, come inside, I'll show you everything. Feel free to look around.
The door was kicked in. This cover is dusty. It hasn't been taken off for a long time. The thief left the bow. I suppose he prefers pizzicato. The jagged bottle reeks of cheap whiskey. The scrap of fabric is covered in white stains. Clumsy of a thief to cut himself on the glass he just broke. An utterly useless theft deterrent for a glass display case. Nothing was taken except for the violin. How odd.
Anything else you'd like to know?
You weren't here when the burglary happened, correct?
I was tending to my wife's grave at the cemetery. I was only gone a few hours and locked the door before leaving.
Does anyone else live here?
No. My dear Emily died long ago. And God never blessed us with children. I used to give music lessons, but nobody visits me anymore. Ah, it is all so unfortunate.
The trail stops here among the waste.
Hello, sir. Would you like some fruit? Fresh from the orchard?
I'm not hungry, but I'm looking for a violin that was stolen. Any chance you saw someone with one?
Oh, yes, I did. It was sailors, sir. And they were very good customers. They ate lots of fruit, and said that my donkey looks like their friend. Lieutenant Sean.
A lieutenant. Did you see where they went?
No, sorry, sir. I was helping other buyers. Oh, and sir, the sailors also took my donkey. So I guess they weren't very good customers. They promised to return him, but they didn't come back. My father would kill me if he finds out. So I'm still waiting here for them.
Do you know Anthony Jones, the musician? He lives nearby.
Of course. Mr. Jones is very kind. He never barters. Funny you ask.
I'm yet to crack a smile, so pray tell.
Well, the first time they came by, the sailors mentioned something about music, so I told them Mr. Jones can teach them how to play. Wait, so was it his violin? Oh.
You couldn't have known they would steal from the old man. Fortunately, you made up for it with your testimony. I'll find them and your donkey soon enough. Stay put. Someone must have seen where they took it. It's a donkey, for heaven's sake. Can I ask you a question?
Oh, every story has a price. You're lucky I'm telling you this for free.
What lovely weather.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
No, it's the first time I've heard it.
We have a large assortment and pleasant prices. The finest clothes for the finest citizens. Of course. Think it over. Take your time. Take a look. Try it on. It'll be a nice purchase.
The donkey was being stubborn, but so were they.
There we are. The first lead in our asinine chase. One of them lost his cap. They certainly bought a lot of fruit from the boy. Fear of scurvy, perhaps? Oh, this must be Lieutenant Sean. The sailors couldn't get him inside the tavern.
Don't forget to point the boy to his donkey on our way back.
Good grief. Those drunks are wreaking havoc in there.
Let me kick his out. Like hell.
Don't. Don't cry, you'll live. Too simple.
Give him the pepper snuff.
No more crime for you until next month. Don't bother moving. You've lost. Too simple.
The snuff's ready.
Terribly sorry. Take a rest, my friend.
I'm coming for you.
Don't cry, you'll live.
I'm coming for you.
Don't bother moving.
Give him the pepper snuff.
Don't cry, you'll...
The snuff's ready.
Well, they left me no choice. I think I might be nearing intoxication myself just from the smell of them. The maker's stamp suggests it was made by a student of Pressender. Quite a lovely instrument.
And somehow, after all the mayhem, it's still in one piece.
I found your donkey. It's not far from here, outside the Wet Whiskers Tavern. You'd better go after it before someone decides to borrow it again.
Thank you, sir. I'll be quick as a flash. Hey, Yusuf, please look after my cart, okay? And don't eat anything. Well, you can have a couple of grapes, but only the small ones.
Well done. I look forward to the beautiful reunion. These bare shelves are actually rather convenient. Less washing up.
Here's your violin, Mr. Jones. It might have gained a few nicks and scratches, but considering what it's been through, it's a miracle that it's still in one piece.
God bless you. I am deeply in your debt, Mr. Holmes. The scratches don't matter. They are like scars, each telling a story. It is the sound that matters. Oh, you should hear her sing.
It would be my pleasure.
This melody, Sherlock. Don't you recognize it? Look up, Sherry. There used to be an attic up there. We used to sneak in from the roof and listen to Mr. Jones play when we were children. You should tell the old man the truth. I think it will mean a lot to him.
Bravo! I'd forgotten how beautiful a violin sounds in the skilled hands of a virtuoso. That melody, it brought back some memories. I have a confession to make, Mr. Jones. As a child, I used to sneak into the attic above this very room and listen to you play. Spellbound by the music.
Oh, so that was you. After my wife's death, it was difficult to pick up the violin again. But knowing someone was listening helped me persevere. In fact, a young man like yourself could breathe a second life into this instrument. It's a remarkable outlet for one's emotion. You should have it.
I can't accept that. And, well, I don't play.
It's never too late to learn, Mr. Holmes. The way I see it, the violin chose you. Take good care of her.
Sherry, I'm really glad we helped him. us the article. Feeling old already?
Are you able to help me?
I'm afraid I don't know about it.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
Don't take it personally, sir. But I know nothing about this.
Oh, I am.
May I ask
Call
for your
me when you find
assistance?
the answer.
I'm glad to see such civic consciousness, but I've never heard of that.
May I ask for your assistance?
That's a question I can answer.
Do you know anything about this?
I can't help you with that, sir.
May I ask you something?
Excuse me? What? I'm not sure I know.
Everyone's looking at us, Sherry. You sure you know what you're doing?
What's happened?
Oh, who's...
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
I wish that I could help you, officer.
Excuse me, just one question.
Sorry, officer, you should ask someone else about that.
Time to check your who, what and what, Sherry. Who are you asking? About what and dressed as what?
elephant barged into this cart of olive oil.
What if we're lucky and he slipped and fell somewhere?
Do you know
along
anything
the way?
about this?
You shouldn't have left your mansion. You won't get any answers from me.
Okay, hear me out. If an elephant falls in the forest and there's no one around to...
John, no.
Oh, you're such a killjoy.
Strange. It was hung with care. The game has escaped us for now. We'll find a solution to the elephant problem later. Destruction and trampled ground. A coal gas tank. Enough to pump up an airship.
Oh, why do I get the worst jobs?
You. Who are you?
My name is Sherlock Holmes. Theodore Gilden was...
Did you kill him? Did you kill the elephant?
It's not in the yard anymore. It escaped into the forest.
You can't let it go. What if it returns?
I highly doubt that, Miss...
Imogen Gilden. Please, I beg of you, find that dreadful beast that killed my father.
I suppose we do need to learn what happened. Can you tell me what happened? From the very start.
I was here, so I didn't see how it began. My father visits the enclosure every morning to wake up Goliath. Today, I heard the elephant scream. I've never heard such a horrifying sound. My heart stopped. I knew something was wrong. I looked through my window and saw how it lifted my father up by his neck. I rushed downstairs. I saw it dragging my father as if he were a doll. I threw stones at it. It dropped my father's body and charged outside, screaming. Its roar was almost human. I was frightened, so I ran inside and hid here.
That is a terrifying experience, Miss Gilden. I'm sorry you had to go through it.
Thank you. Goliath must be caught, Mr. Holmes.
Well, thank you for the information, Miss Gilden. I did have some questions for your father. Perhaps you might help me with them?
I wasn't privy to much of my father's life, and it's very hard to think of anything at all with Goliath still loose. Please, Mr. Holmes.
Very well. Do you mind if I ask you more questions if I find anything that might help?
Anything to catch that monster.
Miss Gilden, I was on this island 10 years ago, and your father knew my mother. I believe I even had the opportunity to ride that balloon outside, but I do not recall seeing you.
I lived at my late mother's in Sheffield at the time. I'm in no spirit to reminisce right now. The elephant is out there.
You've never heard the name Violet Holmes before? Perhaps your father...
Please, Mr. Holmes. With that beast roaming free, I can't think of anything.
Very well. Did you observe anyone else in the yard? Any of your servants, perhaps?
Servants? Do you imagine that we would have any with Goliath? No one wishes to work in this house, even for double pay. I didn't see anyone else. Only my father and that diabolical beast. I'm afraid I can't add anything useful.
Had Goliath been aggressive before?
It's dangerous, but it was never aggressive near my father. My father would do anything for Goliath. All the elephant had to do was clap its ears.
You envied him, the elephant, I mean?
Our house is called the House of Ivory. I've heard some people refer to me as the Ivory Girl. And my room stinks of the animal, as if it's me who lives in a pen and not Goliath. It's not envy, Mr. Holmes. It's just incredibly difficult to live like this. I can't think of anything else right now.
She packed as much as she could carry. The same dull poses on all romantic photographs. So idyllic. Enjoy your happily ever after before it stales. False idols? Oh, sounds utterly dreary.
Hey, Sherry, we need to talk. You found false idols. We need to find the remaining two.
What does bazooka even mean? Would this paper be good for anything but blowing one's nose on?
They're not rubbish, Sherry. There's something more. I'm serious.
Very well. I doubt it'll be worth it, but I will find them for you, John.
You'll thank me later. They're some of the most imaginative books I've ever read.
What did you say?
Speaking aloud helps me think. A commendable effort to barricade the windows.
I don't have any thoughts on this.
These bags of yours, it looks as if you've packed your entire room. Were you planning on going somewhere?
My partner and I, we wanted a change, a fresh start abroad. But now I have to stay here. Here, an orphan.
I found this. Who's this young lad next to you, your faithful knight?
Paul. He's my pirate. He's not really a pirate. I'll just call him that. It probably sounds very silly.
Your secret is safe in my hands. Does Paul work somewhere? What is his surname?
His name is Paul Perks. He and his yacht Whirlpool are the champions of the Salacia Yacht Club. He sails there. I'll show you where it is on the map if you need to meet him.
A yachting champion? Well, that will be a first. I prefer dry land. And so does my suit. How can you read something like this? It's hard to swallow, and that's not due to the hard cover.
You're hardly serious. Any library without Nabe and Laura is incomplete. If you can read, then these books are an absolute must. Love and adventure. They're about life.
Oh, I wasn't aware that exploding pyramids were a part of daily life on Cordona.
You haven't seen life, so you might try reading about it at least.
The nicest spot in the room. Mr. Gilden spent hours of his life right here.
Staring at an elephant's backside. What a wonderful life.
A relatively functional choice to replace the finger. Oh, the pungent stench of an animal.
Did Theodore seek some pink elephants with this?
I think Miss Gilden has barely matured. I think they were closer than you and me, John.
I'm hurt.
Mother. It's nice to see her young and smiling. From before Mycroft was born, our family loves to prod at the past.
Holmes's desire to rake up the past is hereditary.
Quite the spectrum, from the history of the Roman Empire to conspiracy theories of the French Revolution. What's so special about this place? Another elephant? A partnership annulled with a single stroke of a pen. A catchy title. I should take a photograph of the plans. I don't want to carry them around. His second child? An apparent son and heir, I'd say. And, which part of the elephant is in here? It's quite pungent.
Oh, that. It's elephant sweat. Father believed that it might replace traditional ambergris.
Well, that's true entrepreneur spirit. A. Swift, is this name familiar to you? Your father had it removed from this plan.
Oh, that's Arthur Swift. I've seen him a couple of times here. He works with my father in the old city, digging up something ancient.
He is an archaeologist?
That's the word, yes. But to be truthful, I really don't think Mr. Swift is fit to be one. I've just learnt a lot about archaeology from my favourite book series. Oh, they are page-turners.
Inspirational, I'm sure, but would you happen to know where this Mr. Swift might be found?
I don't, but perhaps you can find out somewhere. My father's work with him is all official. Lots of boring legal papers with signatures and stuff.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
I don't know. Perhaps someone else can help you, sir.
Excuse me, just one question.
Please, don't get angry, sir. But I know nothing about this, I swear to you.
Is this familiar to you?
No, sir. I don't know anything about that.
Could you help me?
Excuse me? What? I'm not sure I know.
May I ask you something?
That's a question I can answer.
The Champion's Whirlpool. Pool's bread and butter. Bloodied bandages. Has someone been hurt?
Where would a champion hide a key?
A foghorn to navigate and warn others at sea.
It should have a warning to cover your ears.
I hope Paul is more skilled at yachting than he is at hiding keys. To earn big, you have to spend big. An interesting place for a message to a champion. Additional earnings to sweeten the victory. Mr. Gilden wasn't afraid to get his hands dirty. Old betting slips. Paul always bets on Whirlpool, one victory after another. A box full of darts. Each has a needle and can be loaded with drugs. An expensive set of tools for woodwork. An amateur wouldn't know how to use these. Shipbuilding, shipwright's tricks, sail weaving. Bloodied bandages. Bloodied bandages. Undeniably psychotropes. Not for toothache, I think. A typical tea tin. I wonder what he has for biscuits.
Oi! Hands off my possessions before you lose your fingers. Are you illiterate? The rules are written everywhere.
Ah, Mr. Perks, the cabin boy himself.
Champion, you mean? I was right. You are illiterate. I think a couple of shiners might teach you. One last chance. Who are you?
I am a friend of Theodore Gilden. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I need a few words from you about...
Get out of here. I'm not joking. Leave this place before you have cause to regret it. I will use force.
Do the police still throw people in prison for smuggling? Oh yes, with you helpless and handcuffed, I'd learn a few more secrets. We don't need to compete with our egos now, surely.
Oh no. I'd rather you tell me something more, so that I might have more reasons to punch you out.
I'm impressed by how well a woman can handle a yacht and endure so many hardships on the open sea. The revelation of your nature could well humiliate so many rich men here, not to mention how you have broken the rules. But I understand. You've done this to forge a real career in the sport. But tell me something. Has no one asked you why you don't grow a beard?
Shh! Have you been following me? You better not be wanting to end my career, because I swear you'll regret it if I get outed.
Damn you, Paul. I'm sick of... Who's this peacock? Does he know who I am?
I definitely know who you are not. You're not a dictionary reader, at least. I wanted to see how you... pals interact with each other in your natural habitat. But I'm afraid I have to interfere.
I'm coming. I couldn't miss the party.
Too simple. Don't bother moving. You've lost.
The snuff's ready.
Take a rest, my friend.
Give him the pepper snuff. We can overcome the brute now. The snuff's ready. He's all yours now. Go for it.
No more crime for you.
Give him the pepper snuff.
Too simple.
I couldn't miss the party.
We can overcome the brute now.
I'm coming for you.
Don't cry, you'll live.
Give him the pepper snuff.
No.
The snuff's ready. And there's no reward for risking our lives.
Paul's explanation will suffice. Your fellow mariners have a strange way of showing hospitality.
They were not my friends.
Are you sure? I would rather risk my neck for someone who's at least honest and thankful.
Perhaps then don't enter someone's life and be so judgmental, pretending you're better than they are.
Then give me your perspective and allow me to see through your eyes. I tried to tell you before, but your partners interrupted. Have you heard the news? Theodore Gilden is dead. Do you have anything to say?
Well, what a shock. To me, he was an angry old ogre. Good riddance. Was it Goliath that killed him? Did it crush him? Break his bones? Come on, tell me. I want all the details.
You have an unusual way of showing grief. Imogen wouldn't appreciate that. But yes, the animal could have been involved.
It's poetic in a way, isn't it? It takes a beast to kill a monster. I wish I could have been that elephant.
What were you doing this morning, Miss Perks?
Don't call me that. I'm a champion. I was sailing.
The other club members told me that you missed the race this morning. Do champions not need to practice?
Ugh, you've talked with them already. No, I wasn't racing. I visited the doctor after that attack on me. And then I had to honor the deal with the bandits you just took care of.
This business of yours, you should be more careful. Ruining your life at such a young age is ridiculous.
I am careful. Except for you, no one has noticed where I store the smuggled goods. If the police arrive, there's no link to me. It's common storage, not exclusively mine. I don't know what this means. I don't know what this means.
You smuggle illicit psychotropes on your yacht. Not a delivery for the hospital, I'm sure.
Of course not. I've had to cut corners to earn some money. How might a person afford to pay for a yacht in an honest way? I don't know, although I'm smart. The buyers are my customers. Adults who are willing to pay for their pleasure, or weapons for jewels. Whatever they want me to deliver. Nothing criminal.
Well, it's your lucky day. I'm not here because of smuggling. Have you tasted this tea yourself?
I wouldn't have been a champion if I had used it. It's just a side business that keeps my career afloat. It's quite expensive to compete in yachting. Sometimes I cut corners.
Such as fixing whirlpool yourself?
Exactly. And sometimes I just have to pay. That's how I earn money. I don't sell slaves or take the last mangear from a poor family.
Look what I found. A box full of darts.
Hey, that's mine.
I confiscated it. These darts appear to be filled with something. Poison? How powerful is it?
It's strychnine. Enough to instantly kill a small rodent. I haven't tried it on a human. Yet. I hope you know what you're doing.
Could it immobilize a larger animal? Say, an elephant?
I've never tried, but I have wondered.
It seems as though Theodore Gilden hung a sword of Damocles over your life and career. Were these only words, or something more serious?
Check my forearm. Pulled muscles and bruises. Small cuts. Nothing that you could call serious.
I doubt that a man in his late 50s could wrestle you.
It wasn't him. He behaved like a rat and hired brutes. His boys tried to lock my hands behind my back, but I was faster and I escaped.
Was he so protective of his daughter, or was it your feminine secret that provoked him?
My guess is that he was protecting his property. As he saw it, he owned Imogen, and he treated her like a piece of furniture. He didn't want his daughter to be loved by anyone. What's more painful is that Theodore didn't allow me to love his daughter. Typical.
I'm not sure that your relationship with Imogen could be described as typical.
Are you afraid of a woman in trousers? Now that's typical of men.
A charming picture. I've heard that champions do often pose with their trophies.
Cheeky. It is a lovely trophy, though. I'm sure you will agree.
What is it that you like most about her? Her naivety? Her father's money?
A somewhat difficult choice. Especially now that her father is out of the equation.
A. Swift. Are you familiar with this name? The gentleman had business with Mr. Gilden.
Likely just another strange and wrinkled fellow like old Gilden was. Perhaps this Swift person has a rhino, and they wanted to see which pet was stronger. In other words, I don't know who he is, but I bet he's crazy like Theodore.
I doubt that Cordona has ever boasted a battle arena for that size of mammal. You have an interesting imagination.
I don't know what you're suggesting.
Imogen doesn't strike me as an industrious young lady, so I find it strange that she was busy packing up all her belongings when Mr. Gilden died. That's some favorable wind in your sails, isn't it?
Is it so suspicious that a couple might embark on a trip? I wanted to thank her, so we planned to go traveling. A Theodore-free place, without elephants.
The timing of it is suspicious, however. Your lady friend becomes an orphan and heir, and there's a planned trip directly afterwards.
An improvised romantic dinner will never please a spoilt girl. A planned voyage might. It's not spur of the moment. I'm clueless.
What can you tell me about the elephant?
He's smarter than some people here, including his owner. Although I feel he could be dangerous, no matter how much he's fed.
Why is that? Have you ever seen Goliath attack anyone?
Well, not exactly. But I saw it, abusing some poor tree during one of its walks with Theodore. The expression on that old ninny's face was priceless. But it wasn't funny to look at. Believe me, it was frightening.
Does this knife seem familiar? I didn't find it in your competitor's back, to be clear.
This knife is as blunt as your humor. It's a bosun's knife, but it's not mine. I wouldn't be so careless as to mislay my tools. Just be quick!
With your love for archives, you would have made the perfect bureaucrat.
I remember the monument, Cordona's legendary pirate, the Robin Hood of the place. Do you recall it, John?
I do. I wonder if... What is that?
Karim of the Silver Hand, the pirate with a golden heart. I told you I remembered him.
Hey Sherlock, I'm up here. Guess what I've found? A riddle, and it's about a treasure. Listen to this.
What? John, you've surpassed yourself.
Come on, Sherry. This is just like the old days. Sherlock and John on a pirate's treasure adventure.
From day to night, Aiden stands there, recruiting non- You're being an eyesore. No entry for you.
Stop blocking the view.
Don't miss out on the best carpets on the island.
Stop blocking the view.
Sir, kind sir, might I steal your attention?
I'm not buying.
Ah, that is the thing. You won't waste a single mangir. I am a digger, you see, and I have heard of a dig site so deep it clogs your ears. I want to be there.
Why are you telling me this?
I have heard of a man recruiting for such a dig. A man with a scar, such as the one that you're hiding. And your boots are dirty with the deep clay I am so familiar with. Oh, I hope it wasn't too rude of me to point that out.
You have a good eye. And you just want to dig? Dig deep and that's it? What's the catch? Are you in desperate need of money?
Oh, there is no catch, sir. I won't even ask for advance pay. Just give me a shovel and I'll dig a hole like you've never seen.
Huh. Is that so? Well, I have to ask you an important question first. Would you be fine working for Brits?
I am all for them.
Well, you say that, but can you prove it?
You know how much I love tea? Once I drank so much of it, my eyes turned brown.
Fine. You're a fan. I'll give you that.
I can also speak in limericks.
Please don't. You might be a little bit weak in the head, but a natural-born digger with a keen eye is what we need. Take this permission slip and go to this address. The guard will let you in and check with the professor once you're there.
Stop loitering and get inside.